were several moments where, the keyboard sounded almost like Keith Emerson. It has a very sort of ELP
Yeah, yeah.
sound, not just the keyboards too. There were moments where, they were all in sync, where that,
Mhm.
they were famous for that. ELP, where they had the keyboards and the bass and the drum, they were all boom in sync and they were just doing this. It was crazy, man. It was like, so you had some of that
Is
in
that
here.
Carnival 9 you were doing?
Carnegie, I don't know.
Or you just doing the yeah, the Elmerson Lake and Palmer thing?
Maybe it just
Yeah.
just came out. That's really
Hey, you're watching Into the Music. I'm Chris. I'm here with my buddy Greg. And Greg, let everybody know what we've got for them today.
I will. And so we have another copy request. This one comes from YouTube name Alaska in York, England. And that person wants you to listen to The Only Thing She Needs. That's the name of the song. And it's from the band UK. Have you ever heard UK?
Not the band, no. No.
Okay. So go check it out.
Okay.
I got some really good information on the other side that I'm really excited to share with you. But first, you got to listen to that song and come on back and tell everyone what you think.
Okay. right.
Hey, I see you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you think, man? I know you like this.
What makes you think I liked it?
Oh, it's got progressive, it's got the drums, it's got the
Yeah,
crazy drums. It's
it's
got the
basically it's like a jazz fusion thing, you know.
yeah,
Uh, I tell you what, when just right from the beginning with the drumming, percussion, and then when it went to that, I can't remember exactly, but it's like that really heavily syncopated beat. Was
yeah,
it whatever it
yeah,
was, really ragged, and then just became one of these things where the instruments were taking turns and doing
yeah.
their thing, and just some really interesting sounds. I'd have to listen to it again, really, because it's a fairly long song. It's almost 8 minutes. So there was a lot going on, a lot of change ups. So I'm definitely going to listen to it again. Um, this It's one of those things where I like the whole thing throughout. So, and I don't know what to say about it.
Because there
I
was
just the impression was I really liked the whole thing.
because there was
So
so much.
I can't get into detail about it because there were so many details.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, there was too much going on. No, I get that for the
Right.
first listen. So I was able to kind of just, listen to it a couple of times. There were several moments where, the keyboard sounded almost like Keith Emerson. It has a very sort of ELP
Yeah. Yeah.
sound, not just the keyboards too. There were moments where, they were all in sync, where that, they were famous for that. ELP, where they had the keyboards and the bass and the drum, they were all boom in sync and they were just doing this. It was crazy, man. It was like, so you had some of that
Is
in
that
here.
Carnival 9 you were doing?
Carnegie, I don't know.
Were you just doing the Emerson Lake and Palmer thing?
Maybe it just
Yeah.
it just came out. That's really
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
yeah, yeah. But I
Oh,
didn't realize.
okay.
Yeah,
I don't know if
yeah.
you don't didn't know if you knew by name or not. Okay.
Um, yeah. So and also there was and maybe because I had the benefit of sort of like well no, I think no, not in this homework. It sounded like there was like it was the sort of window to like what Rush was going to be because there was some moments where it sounded like Rush too. I mean, it was what was interesting about it is that it kind of took these different turns of like progression. It just had sound a little bit like this, a little bit like that, a lot something that was completely their own. Um, yeah, so it was just 8 minutes of progressive music, and if you really love progressive music, man, then this is a dream. And if you're like on the fence with progressive music, like I am at times, this actually was good. It's just, this brought me over. There was really something really interesting about this. Yeah.
Progressive is really like it's got some classical elements in it, and I didn't hear any classical elements in it.
Progressive actually covers a lot.
I'm getting technical here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
so that's why I went with the jazz fusion
you
thing.
used the word technical though, and I know you meant it in a different way, but I'm going to take that word and say that, I think that sometimes where progressive kind of loses me is the very technical precision like playing of the instruments that sometimes I feel like it's so on point and so that it's it it loses something for me,
Well, that's one of
it's
the
always been like that,
that's
not
one of the
everything.
reasons the punk, one of the punk music was supposedly part of the whole idea behind it was that people were getting tired. They were getting tired of hearing this highly polished stuff that was coming out in the
Yeah,
70s,
yeah,
and that's one explanation for it, anyway.
yeah. Highly polished. Yeah, absolutely. But this was great, man. This really was fun, you
Yeah.
know. So much energy.
So tell me about.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay. I kind of
I'm
like,
guessing that from the UK.
yeah. So they were known as a British progressive rock supergroup.
Well, they were progressive. Okay, then I'm wrong then. Okay, they were a supergroup.
Supergroup. Wait, how are you wrong?
Because I said I was saying that I didn't hear that it was progressive. It was because I
Oh
felt
yeah,
progressive has elements of
yeah,
classical. Then again, it could have had elements of classical in it that I didn't pick up.
Well, according to the wiki person who wrote this, yeah,
Okay.
British progressive rock supergroup. Why supergroup? Well, it was founded by Bill Bruford and
Really?
John Wetton, who was formerly the Rhythms. Those
For
two,
yes, and
they made up the rhythm section of King Crimson from 1972 through
right.
74, right?
Wait, who's the other guy other than Bill Bruford?
John Wetton.
He played bass.
So he was singer, bassist, and guitarist, at least for this band. Bassist, guitarist, and of course we know that Bill Bruford was the amazing drummer.
Drummer. Right.
Um, so the year before, so this actually comes off the second and last studio album for the band. It was called Danger Money, 1979. The year before, um, the year that they actually, I think they released their first album, they went on tour, and one of the songs that they played at certain concerts was this one. So it wasn't yet on, it was like
Hmm.
something that they had come up with. They didn't yet
Okay.
record it, release it yet. Um, and it was when they were touring, it was played by Bill Bruford and guitarist Alan Holdsworth. So they were part of the band at that time. But then when
Alan
they came
Holdsworth.
around to
Okay, he's a
record,
really big guitar player
yeah,
too. Yeah.
when they came around to recording this album and this song, those two left the band. And so Terry Bozzio was the new drummer.
Really? That's from Missing Persons.
Okay.
Remember that? Walking in
No,
L.A.
no.
Remember the song Walking in L.A.?
Oh
Or
yeah.
what a word's for when, if no one listens anymore?
Yeah, I think yeah. Okay. So
I think so.
that's
I'm not
him drumming
totally
or that's
sure.
him singing?
Drumming, I think.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
So it's a band that's no longer around. Although they were kind of like they had like different, life cycles. They would come back, boom, boom. I think the
Right, right.
latest thing
Some of
was
those super groups are
2012.
like that,
They
right?
all got together, I think, and they toured, and then that was it. So when the band, according to Wiki, when the band formed, it coincided with the introduction of the Yamaha CS80. It was a synthesizer that became an integral part of the band's developing sound. And after the band broke up, Wetton later went on to form Asia
Oh,
with,
okay. I remember them.
with Steve Howe, Carl Palmer, and keyboardist Jeffrey Downes, Dawnes Downs. And yeah, I think that was. Oh. So here's the thing. This might blow your socks off. The song was written by John Wetton and Eddie Jobson. I don't know if you remember Eddie Jobson. We've talked about him. There was a Roxy Music song that there was like a violin sound that was like going crazy. I think it was Eddie Jobson who played that because he was formerly a Roxy Music and the Frank Zappa band. He
Okay.
also played for a band that we just reacted to a song by Eric with an H a few weeks back,
Right.
Curved Air, Backstreet
Uh-huh.
Love. So Eddie Jobson was with that band too.
Oh, Backstreet Love. Okay, yeah, that was a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Wow.
See, I gave you
All
some
coming
really cool
together.
information, right? When I told you on the other
Yeah,
side, I was like, I got
yeah.
some good info. Yeah. And there you go. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. All right,
Cool.
excellent.
You ready to
So
take us out or
yeah, so I'm gonna
some
try.
more info?
So Alaska in York, England. Nice request. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'll take us out and say, Chris, you have a good day, good night.
You
And to
too.
everyone out there, thank you for watching this video. Hope you liked it. If you did, hit all the good like buttons, as Chris would say. And until next time, see ya.